Okay.
My joints feel stiff and sore, especially in the morning. Is that just because I'm getting older and there is nothing that can be done?
No, no, definitely not. I think joint stiffness and pain in the morning is very common, particularly as we get older. Whether that's actually mostly to do with age or to do with lifestyle, then that's somewhat up for debate. But mostly, I believe it's to do with lifestyle. And no, it's not inevitable. I mean, why do we feel stiff in the morning? It's due to a build up. Obviously, you're not moving much during the night. So you've got less circulation. So you have a buildup of waste products, and you're not sort of moving around to flush them out, and particularly sort of inflammation and other things. Particularly if you've got a background low level of inflammation, and that's likely why you feel stiff in the morning. You may have some kind of sort of degenerative joint disease, and that probably is largely related to inflammation as well as poor lifestyle. So yeah, there will be a natural kind of wear and tear that goes with aging, but and maybe a decrease in maybe the synovial fluid, but mostly stiffness in the morning is related to kind of a sedentary lifestyle, muscles getting weak, being less supportive, so the joints actually stiffen up. A poor kind of high inflammatory diet, sort of high omega-6s, low omega-3s, which is the sort of things that the Zinzino um, products deal with. So that's definitely got to be very, very relevant. Certainly decreases in certain nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, but also vitamin D and magnesium that can be relevant to stiffness in the morning, and other things that we've already touched on, maybe obesity. If you're carrying extra weight, that definitely is going to make you feel stiffer. You'll be in a pro-inflamed state, so you're more likely to feel stiff in the morning. Now, if this stiffness in the morning lasts for a good couple of hours and isn't really relieved by getting up and sort of moving around a bit, you might want to sort of seek some medical advice. There are some kind of autoimmune and sort of conditions that say that you might want to speak to a rheumatologist about. But otherwise, I don't think it's a normal part of aging, but by any means. I mean, certainly, I think there was actually reading something today in terms of lifestyle factors, and I think it was predominantly to do with, it's a new study. I don't think it's even been published yet, but it was a study, and it was regard to sort of physical inactivity and drivers of inflammation, and they're much more related to well, basically, yeah, physical activity and inflammation as opposed to aging, when in terms of poor mitochondrial health and things like that. So that includes um, protein balance, immunity, and general kind of widespread inflammation. And if I recall right, I think there was 4,000 genes that were affected by that, but only 200 genes which were identified, which were affected by simply getting old. So that was a good example of how whatever 200 into 4,000 is, there's that much of a difference of a ratio from the lifestyle factors
Yeah.
to aging. So I mean, how can you help? Yeah, getting strong, getting nice and strong, and supporting those joints. Involve doing some flexibility stuff, some stretching, maybe some yoga and some Pilates, which involves more. I don't particularly like static stretching. I think you stretch the muscle, it recedes back, but doing kind of loaded stretching, maybe some yoga or some Pilates, strength stretching in lengthened positions, let's just say. Good low impact aerobics, swimming, cycling, walking, all that's going to help. Getting good anti-inflammatory food, obviously, getting all your nutrients in, balancing out your omega-3s and 6s. Hydration, we touched on that already. Hydration is going to be very important, depending on where your stiffness is. Hydration in the joints, hydration in the discs. I mean, and there even are some other anti-inflammatory supplements out there that such as turmeric and quercetin, and it's hard to say, but
Yeah.
fucoidins. There's some good emerging evidence for those as well. So finding the right supplements that's going to help, certainly knocking off any excess weight, and just making sure that you're moving around as much as you can, not spending sitting all day at a desk, and then you go to bed, and then you get up in the morning. You pretty much haven't moved for, 16 hours at that point. And so, you know, like movement is key.
Movement.
And similarly, you know, making sure you get enough sleep. Sleep and recovery is very, very important. Get your 7 to 9 hours sleep. And then, as you touched on earlier, Jackie, you know, maybe stress is also related to inflammation. So making sure you get your mindfulness practices and your meditation in, so that all those things would help you feel
Yeah.
less stiff in the morning. And no, it's not just about aging. It's mostly to do with how you lead your life.
So the Xenogene would actually be quite good to put in there as well, because that's got curcumin and quercetin and piperine in it and other things. So that would
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
be a good supplement to help with pain, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like I mean, Xenogene is kind of touted as an anti-aging drug, but once again, you can't really anti-aging anything is just really lifestyle factors that makes you feel old. So yeah, definitely Xenogene would be a great product to take for this. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't be the first place I started. We're just going to sort of, I would
Yeah.
look more at whole food, anti-inflammatory nutrition, omega-3s. Gut health, I didn't mention, but gut health is related to inflammation too. So I think in terms of, you know, sometimes we describe a pyramid of recovery, and this is probably highly related to recovery. So making sure, you know, that, you know, the big blocks that you want is like, you know, your good food and your exercise and your stretching and your strength training. And then you might move up to, you know, some other practices, maybe throwing your yoga and your Pilates, but then on top of that, you'd probably go with your Xenogenes and some of these more high-end products, let's just say. But I'd start at the bottom with, you know, anti-inflammatory nutrition and regular movement and strength training, and that would be my big rocks there.
I have to say, I don't like the anti-aging thing either. I say it's healthy longevity.
Yeah, it's funny. Like a
Doing
lot of
anti-aging.
in my industry, a lot of what we like, people come in and go, they see things on scans and we say it's normal, it's age related changes. But literally today, I've decided to just start calling lifestyle related changes, because as I think, what's it, like 8 to 1, I think, possibly, if you go on that one bit of evidence that came out today, which, if you generalize it, then it's probably an 8 to 1 more related to lifestyle related changes in your joints than it is to do with age.